Hello and welcome to another episode of Newsround. Tossers with me, Munty, him Fingermouse, and him Woody, wherever everybody is. Right then, first story to lead with. Ruby Rose. No, I'm not doing that yet. Ruby Rose has left Batwoman.
God!
Not totally her decision, apparently.
No,
I mean,
Or it's one of those. Well, she dumped me, but I didn't want to go out with her anyway. Her boob's too big and she's far too pretty. No, I didn't want to be with her.
I can't stand the woman.
Annoyed a lot of people on set apparently by just not wanting to be there.
I just can't stand the woman, and I ain't bothered that she's gone. She's the reason why I haven't bothered to watch any Batwoman, because it did nothing for me. That trailer, I remember seeing the trailer and I just thought, I just want to hit her. Just did not.
no pun intended. No pun intended. For me, from the moment the casting was done, square peg, round hole, and no jokes meant there whatsoever. It just didn't fit, and there were so many butthurt people going, "Not right." So yeah, but frankly, this face needs to demonstrate my complete ambivalence to it.
And I'm bored now. I can't help the fact that I'm a straight white male. I am really sorry, everyone, that I was born that way. But does it really matter about sexuality now? Let's just get on with stories.
Does your Vicky know you're a straight white male?
Shh, don't do that. Keep it to yourself.
I mean, your avatar doesn't look like a straight white male.
But just before I was writing these notes down to talk about this, they have actually had some casting news for who's going to replace her. It's Matt Berry.
Oh, I am the Batwoman.
I don't know it. I've never watched Batwoman, so I don't know any catchphrases for it. Unlike you two, I don't mind Ruby Rose. I liked her in John Wick 2, where she was mute. I've liked her in the Triple X movie that she was in and stuff. I actually quite like her. I don't mind her at all. I've not seen the Batwoman stuff, though, to know anything about it, unfortunately.
Oh, the trailer was enough for me to put me off, because it was just rammed down your throat. Not a cock. But there you go. Anyway, talking of cocks, we've got to cover it. It's DC. It's Snyder. The Snyder cut is officially coming out.
Oh my God!
And it's that long.
We're that desperate for something.
It is that long, right? Here it is. Look, here we are. Snyder cut only on HBO Max and Pirate Bay, and it's coming out in 2021.
And it's 4 hours long.
And they're cutting it down into 30-minute episodes. It's going to be a mini-series instead.
I have two problems with this. Okay? Three. Clearly, I was expecting a bit more, and my expectations weren't managed. It was awful. Secondly, the VFX. Now, I've read the story that says they're going to get a post-production crew in, and they're going to tidy up the visual effects, make it look better, which leads me to problem three. So they can do all that. There are only so many ways you can polish a turd, and that movie is a turd of a movie. Bad final part of it, a horrendous bad guy villain thing. It's woeful. It doesn't matter what they do to it.
I've got to say, I've got to butt in
Wrong.
here. The things that you are saying, the final act, the bad villain, is the Whedon part of the movie, unfortunately, which is such a shame.
Yeah, but how can they fundamentally change the film? You've got that bad guy in it. How can they fundamentally change it? He'd filmed most of it. Joss Whedon went and did the tidying up. I hope they get it right, because a good competition's not bad. It's going to be appalling. But all the fanboys, and we know some of them, apparently, will be there going, oh, it's going to be so great. Oh, Snyder Cut's great. I think it's going to be dreadful.
All I can compare it to is Batman versus Superman. The extended version is better than the theatrical cut. But better is like saying, this is a pile of shit which has got nuts in, and this is a pile of shit which is nut-free. That's about as much as the comparison I can make.
Yep.
So this isn't going to be what everyone thinks it's going to be. This isn't going to be the perfect movie they've all put together.
Yeah.
it's just going to be showing what he got in mind for it, because they're not going to spend the money to make it look properly like it would have on screen, on the big screen. It's just going to be, this is the idea that he got for it. People will still think, some people will still think it's brilliant, some people will still hate it.
To be fair, Martin, they didn't really spend that much money on the original one. You know, like the deep fake people can do a better version of Henry Cavill with the moustache taken off than the actual real special effects. So Warner Brothers didn't really throw that much money at making it look good in the first release anyway. So it's just an
There's a lot of stuff done for speed as well. A lot of stuff was done for time. That's why you got poor CGI, because it was all done for speed and budget. They'd already employed one director, got rid of him, brought in another one, put the budget up. It was too much. They had to cut corners and they had to get things out on time. It had to be got out by a certain date. I do feel bad for that movie because I wanted it to be a lot better than it ever was.
They really should have stuck to the original plan of having 2 Justice League movies filmed back to back and split, and having that big story arc, which was with Darkseid coming, which was originally going to be the thing. But Warner Brothers must have said, this is too much like Thanos. We are going to be seen as, let's just get as much money as we can. Because that's Warner Brothers for you. They're not interested in fanboys. They're interested in bums on seats. And they killed the DC universe overnight with this.
Frankly, this HBO show is being done as a series and everything because they can get more out of it. You can get more minutes watched rather than doing a full film sort of thing. You can get more to watch, and you can probably put in extra behind the scenes stuff and everything. And I bet you it'll probably be quite interesting. I'll probably quite like it.
It'll be an enjoyable watch. I won't watch it because I'm thinking, yay, finally the Justice League movie I want to see. I'm going to watch it as a curiosity piece to see how much difference there is between what we got and what's here in bits.
Yeah, the outline of the plan that he had and all that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to watch for there. Yeah.
I just don't think it'll differ fundamentally enough to make that much of a difference. It will have to be something special to be anything better than that was. It was frankly a monstrosity.
It's not going to be better. It's not. It's an interest piece. It's going to draw viewers in to watch it because it's showing this is maybe what kind of could have been sort of thing. It's just the one draw people in to watch it. It's something to provide individual, unusual content for HBO Max.
The one thing I will say they've got right is, you know, they have focused on the fact that people are locked down, and you know they've listed the keyboard people saying, "Oh yeah, actually we could do that," and they'll use it as a great marketing piece. So you know, fair play to them for that. You know, what better way to say we've listened to the fans? Let's do this. Fair play to them. It'll just be not very good because the original piece wasn't very good. I hope I'm wrong and they make it better, but I doubt they will. There we go. The Snyder cut is on its way.
I'll tell you what it might do. It might make the Whedon version look even fucking better than it is. And that's the scary prospect. Me personally, I wouldn't want to be releasing a pile of shit that makes the pile of shit that was released look better than the pile of shit that didn't, that everybody's made a fuss out of. But it's going to get a lot of people to subscribe to HBO Max.
I went for a rewatch of the Justice League again the other day, and I still haven't made it through that one. But you know, it's fun.
It is hard. Martin, your face is froze. Are you back again, mate?
Oh no, he's back now.
I've got you two froze up as well, so I didn't know.
I'm just doing my own Henry Cavill. I'm doing a tribute to Henry Cavill's moustache. That's how interested I am in the Snyder Cut.
Me too.
The baby boom.
Okay, we're going to move from DC. We're going to move over to our favourite now, Marvel, but not quite Marvel. It's the Sony Marvel. So are we so excited? Let's see. Madam Web is going ahead. Ooh. And they've brought in Trek 4 director to deal with it. Look at the excitement on your faces.
Yeah. I read the Madam Web story stuff when they came out, like, you know, you got the British reprints and everything, stories and all that at the time. Going a little bit Doctor Strangey sort of version where you can have all. it'll open up some of the ideas, the multiverse and everything like that. It never really set me on fire, full stop, as a character. But
So
it's a way to bring something new and different into there. I suppose they've been going down the dark route with like Morbius and things like that anyway, so it'll open up a lot of that sort of thing.
Well, the bloke, S.J. Clarkson, was going to be doing Star Trek 4, and obviously that's all gone to shit. We don't know what's happening with that. In fact, I've got it noted down here, which was my next story, but I'll just tie it in now. Peg has said he doesn't know.
He can't do it, yeah.
And because of what happened with Anton, he feels like it's going to be weird actually doing it. So I would be very surprised if there is another Star Trek anyway. But coming back to this with this Madam Web, this feels to me like Sony have gone, right, how much of the barrel can we scrape out of our Sony Spider universe?
Oh, believe with Spider-Man characters, villains, heroes attached to him, everything, there's a big, big barrel.
I know.
He may have the most. I mean, I think there's like Batman, Flash, and Spider-Man that just got, well, and Fantastic Four have got a load of amazing villains.
I mean, I don't really know much about Madam Web, but isn't she cross-dimensional as well?
She's kind of the psychic spider tie-in, all that. You know, she'll do a lot of the multiverse stuff. Is quite often run through Madam Web.
Yeah, that's what I can see them building up with. Is
does she run a burlesque house?
Say that again.
No, she does not. With her spider web tights, lovely. No.
Does she run a burlesque house? I was saying, Mark.
Are they going to use her as a platform to
almost Agatha Harkness sort of Doctor Strange sort of character almost?
Is she going to be the platform to bring the MCU Spidey into the Sony Spider-Verse and mix it all up?
She could be used for that. She probably won't be, but she could be used for that.
I thought Sony were quite precious about the IP that they've got with the likes of Venom and some of those characters. They're going to hold on to them as long as they can, and they won't cross into the MCU. I thought Spider-Man was the bridge, and then they can use things from the IP that they've got, but fundamentally they can't then go the other way. So I thought this was to keep that fairly precious. I mean, let's see what happens with Venom 2 and Morbius. They're going to be the acid test. Are people's interest going to be still there with that? I'm not sure about Morbius, to be honest with you. It doesn't light my fire.
I think it actually looks quite good. I'm quite interested. Look, Matt Smith seems like, you know, we might have a good role in there as well. Could be interesting. As Mark says, it could be the way that they bring Tom Holland's Spider-Man into the Sonyverse sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is they can use all the characters.
Yeah.
But Marvel only get to use Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So if Marvel build up the villains, then Sony can bring them into theirs, which they're doing, obviously, as they've shown the Vulture's going to appear in Morbius.
I think it's got to the point where Sony don't really care if they upset Marvel, and they'll just go, okay, and go off and do their own thing.
Oh, they very much think they've got a stronger hand now, but they still need Marvel. And Frank, a lot of people have said it. You can see, they've said it themselves, you can see the deal between Marvel and Sony still carrying on, and them just making Marvel make the Spider-Man films, Sony get all the promotion from all of that, and get to make all the spin-off films themselves. They've already made a fortune out of Venom.
It's mutually beneficial, and then both idiotic studios, if it does come to it, and them just idiotic if they do.
Yeah, Spider-Man, it's a bonus as well for Marvel, because Spider-Man, as I say, does have a lot of great characters in his universe. Yeah. Marvel was stupid, really, in the amount of characters that they let Sony have attached to that universe. The fact that they let them have, I mean, I can't believe they let them have Spider-Woman as part of it. Spider-Woman's nothing at all really to do with Spider-Man. just
spoiler it.
Character. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, that's all I've got written down really for the news for the past few days. It's been dry.
Oh, did you see Alita Battle Angel 2?
Yes, Alita Battle Angel 2. Good, because I enjoyed the first one. I thought it was great.
The first film's a cracker. I didn't expect it to be, because it kind of passed by and people seem to be doing it down. But when I watched that, I thought it was a cracking film. Really, really good. I'm really glad to see they're doing more of those.
Have you seen it yet, Dave?
No. It's another one of those where it'll give me a passing fancy. It reminded me very much of Ready Player One. I quite like the look of it. And then a few bits and pieces put me off. Then a few bits and pieces put me off, and I thought that would be the sort of thing I can pick up and watch when I'm in the mood for it. And I love Ready Player One. That was great.
Well, if you take elements of Ready Player One and then you take elements of the film AI and you mix them together a little bit, it's
throw in some manga.
Cool.
Yep.
I like it. A good style.
The only other story I've got is David Arquette says, "Yeah, I'll just Scream 5."
Say it, Mark.
Of course
Say
I will. Actor will work.
What's
Actor
Munt's
needs
catchphrase?
Well, what a fucking shock that is, eh? David Arquette's going to turn up and take a paycheck. Ooh! Oh.
Oh, joy.
Oh, that bloke is such a knob, and the film series is dead in the water, but let's take a paycheck.
I'd be more interested if he'd announced they were doing Eight-Legged Freaks too.
Yes.
I actually quite enjoyed that. And super young Scarlett Johansson again.
And on that, cue the music, Mart.
Bye.